everybody. I'm making another message. I just made a message to talk about conspiracy theory and human awakening and a process of love. And I want to make another message related to an experience that I had at Gray's Lake today. So I have a friend who's been watching another YouTube channel, and this person is called Sister Shivani. I don't know if any of you guys know who Sister Shivani is. I have not checked out her YouTube channel yet, but I've heard really beautiful things about what she's sharing and the wisdom that she's inspiring people with. So one of the things my friend was telling me to do was to share balls of light. So let's say you're driving and some jerk cuts you off and you just want to scream because you're in a hurry and that was rude. Instead of doing that, you send them balls of white light to help bring balance to that entire moment in time. And when you do that, it kind of alters your own relationship with the movement and the flow of the energetic world and the way that we develop relationships with each other, even if it's for a fleeting moment. And so I was thinking a lot about this while I was walking around Gray's Lake, and I was sending white balls of light to everybody that I was passing. And it's so interesting when you look on the faces of people, you wonder what is going on inside themselves. You see angry faces, you see faces that smile back, you see people say hello, you see people that are very distracted, you see tired eyes, sad eyes, happy eyes, and you just send them balls of light, okay? I was walking past these flowers that had been ripped out of the ground and they were just laying there. And I wondered what the purpose of those flowers was to just be ripped out and then just lay there and die. And I felt this sort of sadness in my heart about it. So I sent those flowers white balls of light and I thanked them for reminding me of how beautiful flowers are and that they had a beautiful purpose. And as I was continuing to walk around the lake suddenly asked me to send balls of white light to myself. And I don't know why, but that freaked me out because it's so easy for me to send out loving energy, but it's not easy for me to receive it. And kind of my dynamic makeup is when I give love to brighten people, I automatically become bright. So I don't need anything in return. And it makes me extremely vulnerable when I explored this and I saw Gray's Lake as a persona that was giving me white balls of light and I just wanted to break down and cry. Like I literally was getting like shaky and just almost like ashamed, and there's something broken inside of me. And it was pain. It wasn't in my head. This pain was not in my head, it was in my soul. And so I started to break down and I had to hold myself together because I'm walking in a public place and it's kind of weird, you know. And so I was exploring this and I decided, okay, I'm going to try this. I'm going to give myself some white balls of light. And it was hard at first. This is not the first time that I've ever come across this vulnerability that I've found so perplexing. Little do you guys know that I have a very weird relationship with receiving gifts. And I've come a very long way where I could receive something in the mail, a generous gift, a thank you card, a note, anything, and I couldn't open the card. I couldn't open the package, and it would sit for months even, and I would be very, very vulnerable, and I didn't feel like I could ever express my gratitude that somebody would literally go out of their way to do something so kind for me. And that's a self-worth issue, you know? That's a self-worth issue that's pretty severe since I can't actually open gifts. And there's also a weird relationship with knowing how to thank someone properly for something that I've received from them, which isn't necessarily true. And so I'm still working on my relationship with the balance of giving and receiving. So at Gray's, which I've come a long way, I'm finally slowly starting to work on opening things more quickly and being able to express gratitude right away for things that I've received in the mail, and which is a really big accomplishment for me. So sending white balls of light to myself was vulnerable. And then this crazy epiphany hit me. And this was almost when got back to my car. And the epiphany was that why did I come to Gray's Lake in the first place? Was it to give to everybody that was there, or was it for me to receive the entire time? And the entire experience of receiving at Grayslake was extremely natural. So why am I having a relationship with receiving that is so painful? Because it's such a natural way to be. And I don't know why that was such a big deal. It was such a huge epiphany for me. And I started to feel free. I started to feel a weird sense of relief and confusion as to why I was imprisoning myself and degrading myself over this issue of needing to continue to work on this relationship with receiving, when all along I've been receiving this whole time. There's so many layers to our relationship with something so simple as just simply giving and receiving. And sometimes we can go to a place of pain with it, and sometimes we can go to a place of an epiphany of how simply natural and easy it is to just exist and just to be and just to acknowledge I was always giving and receiving to begin with, because that's the natural flow of everything. So I just wanted to share that, just this message for you guys to think about it in whatever way you want to think about it. And that's basically all I wanted to say for now about that. Thank you all so much for everything, and for all of your loving comments, and for all of your kindness, and your love and support here on YouTube, on Patreon. It's really meaningful to have this experience in my life with all of you and to share with all of you. So I hope you all have a very wonderful day.